And now your North East News, good evening to you. The Chancellor of the Exchequer warned today that the fireman's pay officer would hit other local authority workers. Speaking in Stockton during his two-day visit to the region, Sir Geoffrey Howe said the result would be lower pay settlements for other public sector workers and the increased threat of more lost jobs. The only alternative would be even bigger increases in rates. Snow and ice returned to the region today, bringing a crop of accidents and making road conditions in many areas dangerous. The worst hit area was Northumberland, where several inches of snow fell and several minor roads were blocked for a time. And still on the roads, police have issued an appeal to elderly people and drivers to take extra care after two pensioners were killed within a few hours of each other. The first accident happened at Gosforth on Tyneside and the second at Sunderland. In both cases, elderly women were killed as they tried to cross the road. A search for a missing barge off the North Yorkshire coast was called off this afternoon after it was confirmed that the vessel had sunk. There was no one on board the 100-foot-long barge, which was being towed from Holland to the River Tees when it broke loose off Whitby, but coastguards feared it could be a danger to shipping. A big pop concert at Sunderland Polytechnic tonight has been cancelled. 800 tickets have been sold for a concert by Slade, but a member of the group has been taken ill. Families on Tyneside have won their fight for extra safety precautions at a new crossing to be built for the metro system at Howden. Following protests about the crossing, which will have no gates, the Passenger Transport Executive has agreed to build a subway nearby and to keep the crossing manned for the first 6 months. The Home Office has promised to foot the bill being faced by North East police forces for guarding prisoners during the prison officers' dispute. They've told the Northumbria Police Authority they'll compensate them for having to keep prisoners locked in police cells instead of jails. And police in Darlington say they've now traced the owner of the blood-stained clothing found in the town yesterday, but that there are no suspicious circumstances. The discovery sparked off a major inquiry. Football now, and while Newcastle's match against Blackburn Rovers was surprisingly called off because of the snow, Middlesbrough and Sunderland were enjoying mixed fortunes. At Ayresome Park, Middlesbrough put league leaders Aston Villa on the rack and outplayed them for long periods, then finally went ahead 6 minutes from time through Craig Johnston, but within a minute Gary Shaw equalised for Villa. Well, the drama wasn't over though when David Shearer scored the winner a minute from time. Sunderland, meanwhile, were in action down at Brighton and soon found themselves a goal down when Mike Robinson scored for the home side. The Roker men fought back, however, and in the second half, Gordon Chisholm equalised. But it was all in vain when Andy Ritchie scored the winner for Brighton a few minutes later. Well, down in the 4th Division, Darlington earned a 1-1 draw at Wimbledon, while York also shared the points at Bradford. But in the Scottish 1st Division, Berwick's unhappy season continued when they went down 1-0 at home to Clydebank. And finally, a message for anglers. The big Seaham Open angling event due to take place tomorrow has been cancelled because of the weather. And that's the news in the North East this evening. But stay with us because after the break we've Wurzel Gummidge.